An addiction more addictive than cocaine, more traceable than heroin, and more common than drinking. This addiction has caused many to lose jobs, lose families, and lose lives. More than 55% of Canadians are addicted to it, and as advancement in this drug grow, there is no help. A drug that comes in the form of a plastic guitar.
That's right, the ever-growing trend of Guitar Hero has swept this beautiful nation and turned it to havoc. Ever since the launch of Guitar Hero 1 on November 8th, 2005, kids everywhere were barking at the moon and first trying this drug, but it wasn't until the launch of Guitar Hero 2 on November 7th, 2006, that kids were shouting at the devil and yelling Freebird at the top of their lungs. It was the start of a dark revolution.
I was addicted, man. I couldn't take my hand off it. I played Jordan by Buckethead 236 times. The doctor said I had the worst case of carpal tunnel syndrome he'd ever seen. But I couldn't stop, man!
My son was 17 when he first got Guitar Hero 2. He kept yelling, "Fuck you, psychobilly freakout." He couldn't beat it. He ended up impaling himself on the guitar.
So far, over 5,000 deaths have occurred in Canada since the launch of Guitar Hero 2. 2,000 of those being suicide, and 750 of those being kids trying to swing the guitar around their neck and getting caught and choking to death. But this problem is not just in Canada. Worldwide, over 500,000 deaths have occurred due to this drug. We spoke to one foreigner about his troubles with the game.
I bought Guitar Hero 2 a week after it came out. I loved it. I still love it and I play it every day. I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be though, after my accident. I lost my arm playing Hangar 18. The muscle completely collapsed and they had no choice but to amputate my arm. And I instructed them to, well, do this. Too bad they didn't use a wireless though. Now I have to carry this wire everywhere I go.
Guitar Hero 3 was released on October 28, 2007 and was the third most anticipated game of that year, next to the Xbox 360 titles BioShock and the ever-popular Halo 3. And with Guitar Hero Rock the 80s released just a few months before Guitar Hero 3, it gave kids something to tie them over until the fourth installment was released. But how do you know if your kid is an addict? Here are 4 telltale signs that your son or daughter is an addict.
Your son spends the majority of his night in his room, grunting at the TV and yelling in frustration. Your son or daughter sits at the dinner table humming Sweet Child of Mine non-stop. Your kid grows button hand, where his hand is permanently stuck in the button pressing position. Other signs include rapid weight gain, hair loss, pale skin, erectile dysfunction, carpal tunnel, burning with urination, YYZ phobia, less talk more raucositis, crazy on you syndrome, and the ability to actually complete Jordan on expert.
I remember the first time I played, I mean, it was such a rush, it was like nothing I've ever felt before, you know, and it was just the first song, you know, and then I needed it to be harder and harder, and I got to the first level, and then I beat it, you know, and then I had to play it on expert, and then the next song, and then I beat it, and then I needed like a higher dosage, if you will, and then I got to about, I think it was The Beast and the Harlot, and I was beating it on expert, right, and my wife comes in, and she's like, it's either me or the game, and well, I say my wife, it's now my ex-wife. And oh God, she left me. But I beat the song, and then I got onto the bonus ones, and then I kept playing, and I missed weeks and weeks of work, and I got fired. But I beat the songs, and today I keep playing it, and I don't work. I just can't stop it. It's so hard. Oh God.
When Guitar Hero 2 was launched, only 250,000 people worldwide bought it on opening week, but in total, over 10 million copies were sold to date. And now, on the new Guitar Hero, sales are expected to double, especially with characters like Slash, Bret Michaels, and Tom Morello becoming in-game characters. So that means more kids are going to want to be like Slash, in a sense.
if I've got any advice for the people, just keep away. Not even worth trying it, because you're more likely to get addicted. Then you just can't stop. You need more and more.
Now that Guitar Hero 3 is released, a new wave of kids will be hooked trying to beat songs like Number of the Beast, Devil Went Down to Georgia, and the highly anticipated Through the Fire and Flames. And with the new game Rock Band just around the corner, not only allowing you to take control of the guitar and bass, but also drums, and sing to songs like Don't Fear the Reaper, Enter Sandman, and The Hand That Feeds. And with Guitar Hero 4 already being talked about, it seems like there is nothing we can do. But there is. Bring your son or daughter to the nearest GHR or Guitar Hero Rehab Clinic near you, where he can talk to addicts just like him. So please, stop this before it gets worse. I'm Rob Huffman, asking you to be a hero and stop this madness.